Hello everybody, Maven here, and I'm currently migrating over from slobs to OBS, which is why my face cam is probably a circle right now, but I'll probably have it fixed by the next video. Anyways, on to this video. When Bungie sunsetting in the final shape, the player base thought about what they could use, and most of the time it was spare benders or bygones or stuff like that. If they went to collections, they grabbed Not Forgotten, Revoker, popular stuff, but there's a lot of things that people don't talk about. I scoured collections and found a ton of hidden gems. The one we're focusing on today is a sidearm called the Vestian Dynasty. When you grab it from collections, it comes stock with the god roll of Kill Clip plus Dragonfly, which is an insane god roll for both PvE and PvP. So if you are a returning player who took a long hiatus from the game, you might want to check collections to see if you got this thing and you want to grab it because it is a godly sidearm to have. And today we're mainly focusing on it for PvP, and in the background gameplay you're going to see some clips from Iron Banner and probably also Trials. And let's break down why this sidearm is so special. Hope you enjoy. So what you're seeing in the gameplay is a nearly uncut clip of me getting a wee round out of medals with the Vestian Dynasty, which if you're new to Destiny, that means a 20 kill streak, which is obviously tough to do. And I achieved that on literally my second game ever using the Vestian Dynasty. That's how insane it is for slaying out in sixes. Just picked it up from collections and went straight away to dominating lobbies with it. Now let's talk TTKs. I'm going to pull up a series of screenshots of the TTK values of all sidearm archetypes in order from the worst to the best, so I can show you what's so significant about the Vestian Dynasty. Now this is all subjective, so take it with a grain of salt, but I'm just going based off of the actual numbers here, basing it off of tier 10 resilience, and so we're starting off with the adaptive bursts, such as the P-Spawn, for example, the 3 bursts. At tier 10 resilience, we get an optimal TTK of 0.73 with a body shot TTK of 1.23. And then moving on to the next best archetypes, the 2 bursts, aka the heavy bursts, such as the Forgiveness, has an optimal TTK of 0.73 with a body shot TTK of 1.2. And next we come to the 260 RPM precision frames, such as the Vestian Dynasty, with an optimal TTK of 0.7 flat and then 1.17 to the body. Now I know it's not the best sidearm archetype, however, wait just a second, we'll circle back around to this in a bit. And moving on to the adaptive 300 RPMs, such as the Drang, and one would argue that this is the best sidearm archetype because it has the highest optimal TTK of 0.6 flat. But you're not often going to pick up that 4 crit kill unless you're either a god tier crucible player or you have aimbot downloaded. So I would say that body shot damage is not to be ignored on sidearms since they are spray and pray weapons for the most part for most archetypes of them. So it has a 1.2 to tier 10 resilience, which is kind of average for a sidearm. And next is the lightweight frames, such as the meta heliocentric with the optimal TTK of 0.67, and to the body we got 1.17. So this one is very, very solid for just jumping and aping. It's a very aggressive sidearm archetype. And the final sidearm archetype, which is what I personally feel is the best neutral game sidearm archetype, is the rapid fire frames, such as the Glock and Balls, with an optimal TTK of 0.67, and to the body you got 1.2. Now the numbers do look worse than the heliocentric, but you gotta remember the Titans are not meta right now. It's Speaker Sight Warlocks and Prismatic Hunters that are the meta, so likely a majority of people you run into in Crucible are going to have less than 10 resilience. So at tier 8 and below, you get a 1.07 TTK, a tenth of a second faster on average than the heliocentric, so it's a much better aping archetype than all of the other sidearm archetypes. Now let's take a look at the Vestian Dynasty TTK once again. If we activate Kill Clip, our TTK shifts down to 0.47, which is absolutely unfair. That is ridiculously tough to fight. Comparing that to the heliocentric with Heal Clip, Kill Clip, which is the meta sidearm, it hits 0.5 TTK with Kill Clip active, which is very good too, but it's a faster firing frame, which means it's a spray and pray archetype, and you likely won't land all crits. So it's realistically more around the 0.6 or 0.7 area. And out of all the sidearm archetypes in the game, which one is the easiest to actually land all your crits with? That's right, the 260 RPM precision frames like the Vestian Dynasty. They're slower firing, longer range, more accurate, and just overall a lot easier to land your headshots with, as opposed to all of the other sidearm archetypes that are spray and pray weapons where you're mostly going to be hitting body shots. So with the heliocentric, you're not often going to get that 0.5 TTK, but with the Vestian Dynasty, you can 3-tap Guardians at tier 10 resilience often for a 0.47, which is just so lovely. As a matter of fact, in the background gameplay in this video, I get off a 3-tap a few times. It's super easy to do because this archetype is just glued to the head. I'll try to time a clip in the video right now so you can see a 3-tap in action. Blink and you'll miss it. It's so stupidly fast, they just can't fight it unless they shotgun you. Now, I just want to put into perspective of how crazy this TTK really is. Check out this TTK value here, 0.5 seconds. Can you guess what this is? No, it's not the heliocentric again. This is the Shayura's Wrath with Kill Clip, Radiant, and triple surges all active at the same time. And it doesn't beat the Vestian Dynasty with only Kill Clip. The only primary weapon in PvP that can beat the Vestian's TTK if you jump through hoops for it is the Luna's Howl, if you manage to load in 2 magnificent Howl shots. But obviously, that's tough to do consistently. And I guess you could say the Teraba and the Trespasser can beat this TTK as well, but these things you gotta jump through hoops for. The Vestian, you really don't. Just get a kill and reload, that's it. So yeah, I think I got the point across about how insane the Vestian's TTK really is. I spent so much time back in the day farming the Cube encounter in Prophecy for a Swift Verdict with Kill Clip, which is also a Precision Frame archetype, but now you can literally just tab over to Collections and grab an arguably better version of it for just a few glimmer. The difference is that the Swift Verdict has Killing Wind to pair with Kill Clip, which one could argue is better than Dragonfly on the Vestian, but Dragonfly still ain't bad. You gotta remember that this Vestian role is multi-purpose. You can use it in PvE as well, and Dragonfly definitely shines more there, I'll admit, but it can come in handy still in the Crucible when enemies are holding hands. And I did manage to get a Dragonfly kill in Trials, and I'll try to time that clip in the video so you can see it here. So it can work, it's just rare, but I will say that I have had Dragonfly do splash damage to other players many times, which helps with cleanups, so it's not bad, and it's also just satisfying to see players explode when you kill them. So that about wraps up all I had to say about the Vestian Dynasty. If you are a longtime Destiny player or a returning Destiny player, go and check Collections, grab this thing next time you're farming 6s, like next time Iron Banner's back around and you want something to stomp lobbies with and grab a wee ran out of medals of your own. Definitely try this out. So thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to drop a like and a comment because doing that really pleases the algorithm. And if you are new here, please consider subscribing. Would love to have you here on this journey to 100K. And with that, I will catch you in the next video. See you later.